Good morning, y'all. It's Timidity. It's been a while. I'm gonna tell you about the stupid fucking day I just went on today. Alright. So, as y'all probably know, or unless you didn't know, I do sex work, especially sugaring. And instead of doing it like I did before, I've been trying new routes. Because usually I would never in my life go on a fucking coffee date. But I've had other people be like, hey, you should go on coffee dates, get to know these men, get to really bond with them and connect with them. Don't just go after them for money or make it too clear about an allowance or talk too soon about sex or you'll attract a bad crowd. Just, treat them like you would a normal date. And sadly, I already have one negative experience with coffee and a really perverse guy who I tried that with that did not go well, but I decided I'll try again. I showed up to this date looking cute, titties sitting perfectly white, ass sitting tight, and I thought, I am going on this date. I'm going to get to know this man genuinely. And, I met him in person. He was very, how do I put this? He was kind of fine. I'm gonna just say this just a little bit, like really tall, like 6 foot, whatever, Indian guy, nice beard, British accent, fuck yeah. And he got me a Frappuccino. We did like hardly talked at all. But you could already tell when I was talking to him that something was off about him. Like he was basically, whenever I tried to talk to him, like, how are you today? He'd just be like, right. And then just walk away inside of the restaurant. Or he'd be like, he'd just do things like that. You'd ask him a question and he'd just be like, instead of answering it with like true conversational skills, he'd just fully opt out. Anyway, I'll try and keep this short. He was basically like socially awkward, you could tell, but I thought maybe he's just nervous. But not at all. Because when we were in the restaurant, he didn't give a shit about what I had to say, and he hardly even said more than like, I'd say 5 actual sentences to me. Like full sentences, and the whole time he didn't seem to give a fuck about what I was saying. But to keep it short, in under 2 minutes of us hardly even talking, we step outside, not even like more than 10 steps outside of the fucking coffee restaurant. I'm like, hey, so just curious, what made like me stand out? Was there something about my profile that you were interested in, or were you just going for anybody? And he just full on straight up said, oh, I was just looking for anybody, yeah. And I'm like, oh. And then he just says, are you a good kisser? I say, yeah, because then I'm confused. And then he's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I like kissing. I'm looking for someone I can make out with, like, really hard. Do you want to make out? Like, do you think sometime today we can make out, like, together? I really like tongue kissing. And then I was just like, I didn't even hesitate. I'm just pausing because I'm still feeling back from that. I was like, well, probably since it's been less than like 2 minutes of me knowing you and us talking, probably not now, no. And then he just was so offended. He was like, oh, okay. And then I was just trying to, that was the point where it's like, okay, this dude's been kind of rude, very cold this whole time. He doesn't seem to really give a fuck about me and isn't interested, and he just full on got an attitude when I said I would not make out with him because I don't really know his fucking name. I don't know shit about his life or what he does. I don't know. We weren't talking. Like, this is the equivalent of some stranger holding a clipboard, like the success they'd have if they went up and asked me if I would make out with them. And only one guy, I'd say ever in my life, who was a clipboard holder would have had success with that. But either way, anyway, shut up. Stop being horny. Long story short, I just was walking down the street with him thinking, okay, so do I just, like, it's only like 2 minutes into us talking right now on this date. Do I want to see if this gets better? Like, sure he's a little horny right now, but he might have a deep, good soul inside of him, or just really want to bond, mate. Like, there was still a little bit of hope inside of me, just clinging on. And then I just say, because I'm thinking, do I want to go into a restaurant and just say, hey, this dude's following me, I don't know who he is, and lie? Or do I just want to, like, I didn't know how I wanted to dip out the situation, if I wanted to keep it going. But deep down, I hardly give up on people, so I just said, hey, there's this little spot, like, a little ways down, like, literally right across the street. We could walk there and then just sit down and talk. And he just was like, it's super awkward. We go walking down. And then all I do is cross the street, and then I can tell that he's suddenly, like, slowing up behind me. Like, how do I put this? We went from, like, side to side to him purposely being behind me to him purposely being, like, imagine him walking the same distance behind me as that jacket in the background. And then I was just thinking, he's slowing up. Is he about to dip out the date this way? And then I just go sit down in the seat. I look behind, and then this guy is still walking behind me. but also walking past me. He just full on, like, does that awkward shifty look and then just full on walks behind where I'm sitting and then just turns the corner and fucking vanishes. That really. I couldn't even be mad because I knew that, like, I just went on it because I thought, fuck it, I'm not doing much. And he said he'd cash at me $50. Did he cash at me $50? No, he fucking didn't. That's the only thing that I'm slightly pissed about. But otherwise, I couldn't be mad because that's just funny as shit. He disappeared like, I don't know, you know how, like, ghosts or, like, vampires in those horror movies just vanish in and out of the scene? Like, you walk past, you turn around, they're not there anymore, but you knew they were just there. It was just like fucking that. Nigga disappeared like he was a woodland hunter and he just, like, was trying to creep on some prey or something, and then just decided, nah, this one's too hard to catch, and dipped out. That was fucking funny. And I don't know. I'm still grateful I got out the house. I got to get some healthy food because I was eating like shit earlier today, and now I'm eating fucking edamame. I look cute. I'm all dressed up. I showered, brushed my teeth. I took care of myself. And I wasn't doing that before the date, so I'm still grateful. But this has been the weirdest date ever. So I'm just telling y'all this because I don't know. I'm fucking bored. And I still don't know what to think. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye.